talk to you about Scandal. I got into Scandal fairly late in the game. I actually got into it because Paris from Gilmore Girls was in, and I was like, Paris, you're sleeping with the president. That is weirdly in character. And I started watching the show, and I just kind of fell in love with just the drama of it all. It reminded me of like why I love the first 2 seasons of Grey's Anatomy, just like really diverse characters and fun and the tension and the sexuality. It reminded me of like watching that show when I was younger and really just getting wrapped in it. For those of you who don't know about Scandal, Scandal is about this woman named Olivia Pope and her firm, Pope and Associates, which is made up of Harrison, Abby, Huck, and then later Quinn. Basically, Olivia is a fixer. If you have money and you need a problem solved, you go to her. And she can do it like the best of them. She can solve your mystery, bring back your dead lover, discover that your wife lied about her rape, everything. Like, she can just do everything. However, Olivia has horrible tasted men, and she used to be the mistress to the president of the United States, Fitzgerald, who was a humongous flop, and right now they're in an off period. And basically the show is both about her solving her cases and doing that stuff, but also about her relationship with Fitz and how it affects her life, how the affairs affected her, how it affects, you know, how she works, and just learning about these characters and the scandals that they all get involved in. It's very intense, and I love the dialogue, I love the characters. However, it has its time of just foolishness because it is a soap opera in the sense that it's just about, you know, keeping the viewers on their toes and, you know, the sex drive and everything. It is like a soap opera in a lot of ways, but I think it manages to know exactly what people want to see, because I can't stop watching it. I mean, I'll take breaks where I like will stop because the thing about these hiatuses are insane. Like, it was just on hiatus for like 4 weeks. I'm like, how am I supposed to remember when the show comes back on? That was my thing with Nashville too. Like, there was a break every other week. I'm like, what the hell's going on? These breaks need to stop because they just fuck up my whole flow. Like, now Once Upon a Time's coming back on, and I'm just like, I don't even remember that show was gonna be coming back on. Anyway, sorry for the little ramble, but I really enjoyed the show. Although, like, alright, let me just go through the characters. So, Olivia is the protagonist. She is the fixer. I really like Olivia, and I love her more in the second season than in the first. In the first season, I felt like she was on this pedestal, and I didn't really feel like she lived up to it that well because it didn't seem like she could do any wrong besides her love life, because that was a big fuck up. But what I loved about the second season, how it showed her more gray morals, and how a lot of her morality is her telling herself that she's doing the right thing, and that, you know, as much as she tries to do right and be good, she is wrapped up in the sensation of it all. Like, part of me just feels like she enjoys the scandal. Even though it destroys her, she also understands that, like, she has this gift to just do these things, so she does them. And I think that her weakness is that she likes powerful men who fuck her over. You know, her relationship with Fitz is totally toxic. I mean, it's hot as balls, but it's toxic as hell. And it's just, I love when she compared them to, like, Thomas Jefferson and Sally Hemings, because I'm telling you, that is the real shit right there. Like, he always was talking about, you own me. I'm like, Fitz, you're the president of the United States. Let's not pretend that you don't have power. Like, and then her other boyfriend, I don't remember his name. I know he's like Black Javert in Les Miserables, but Edison, yeah. Edison was another one who's always like walking up to her like, I want you, I'm a man, brr. I was like, girl, you need to tell him to back the fuck up. And then of course now the guy that she was with, I'm not going to get into that because it's a little bit too spoilery, but then she's with this other guy. I'm just like, Olivia, you need to just stop dating men. just stop, because it's just not working for you. You just mess it up. And I feel like that's very human about her. Like, she's a strong woman. She's smart. She's intelligent. She's highly capable. But she just doesn't know how to pick the men. And I think that's very human, something that you can relate to. It's such a simple flaw, but it can tell you so much about her and how she acts. Her gladiators, which are Harrison, Abby, and Huck, and then Quinn, are like kind of interesting, but then also kind of not. I feel like they're not as developed as I would like them to be. I think the most developed is probably Abby and Huck. Huck used to work in like ops, and he basically used to be a killer, a killer for the government. He can torture you, make sure no one finds you. He can hack into everything, and he brings a lot of like drama because he has PTSD like a son of a bitch. Like, it is intense, and just the way he thinks about everything and how his mind works is just very dark. I think he's a very interesting character. His actor sometimes doesn't always nail stuff properly, but I feel like he has some really great story arcs. Abby is a character that's kind of controversial. A lot of people hate her. I should hate her, but I actually kind of like the fact that she just says what's on her mind. She was involved in a previous abusive relationship, and it's made her very mouthy. She will say what she feels no matter what, and she basically questions Olivia the most out of the entire group, besides Quinn, who eventually becomes the big questioner. But Abby was the one who questioned some of her decisions in the first season. I thought that was really good, because you need someone who will question Olivia, because she's not perfect, and the more people treat her, it becomes frustrating. That leads us into Harrison, because Harrison looks Olivia's ass, and, you know, I like the brother. He can dress, he's fine, you know, he's a good looking dude, but he's so indebted to Olivia. It almost seems like, do you have a character besides that? And they have the least amount of character arc with him, so that's kind of disappointing. I would like to see more of Harrison. Quinn, can't get into Quinn, too spoilery, but she has really evolved. She was a character I didn't really care for in the beginning, but now that she's become completely integrated to the gladiator unit, I have really grown to like Quinn as a character. Then there's David Rossum, who starts off as, what the fuck does he start off as? Anyway, he's like really big shot lawyer. I don't remember. I'm sorry. I know it's horrible. I should have prepared more. But he starts off as basically like Olivia's antagonist, because he is basically the law of the land, and he knows Olivia does some shady shit, and he's like trying to get her all the time. And I feel bad for him. It's like, I kind of want him to beat her, like the tricks rabbit. I want him to get the tricks. You know, I want him to get it from those little annoying kids, but he just never succeeds. And it's like bitter fruit, because I want him to get it, but I know if he doesn't, he'll be fucked. So then we kind of hop and skip over to the White House, where we have his floppiness, Fitzgerald Grant. He's just an ass. Like, I hate him so much as a character. Like, don't get me wrong, he has his complexities, and I get he has a lot of, you know, baggage from his life, and, you know, shitty daddy, bad relationship with his wife and whatever, but he's just a dickhole. Like, he uses his authority, he like takes advantage of people, he has to have this big chip on his shoulder, but he's just annoying, and the way he treats Olivia is just so skeevy. Like, that's why I can't stand the relationship. Like, I'm drawn to it because I know it's going to be endgame, and I know that it's going to be that relationship that we follow. Just like Meredith and Derek from Grey's Anatomy, which I also equally couldn't stand. So I know I'm in for that long haul, but it's just so hard to watch because he's so pathetic and sad, and just, he's just not. And the thing about, if it was pathetic and sad and then a little bit more self-reflective, that'd be one thing, but he blames everyone for his problems, even when, like, there are times he's right, don't get me wrong, there are times where Fitz is on point and being angry, like him being mad at Olivia like he is right now in season 2, completely valid, but then he'll do some crazy otherworldly shit, and I'll be just like, Fitz, your high horse, fall off that edge right now, just, because you're losing it, bro. And I haven't liked him in a long time. He means well, he's a good person, but he's just also a shit person, and the good that he is, the shit is so much larger that I cannot tolerate him. Then we have Cyrus, who is a gay Republican. Oh yeah, Fitz is a Republican president. He is basically the mastermind behind Fitz's success. Him and Olivia. Because Fitz wouldn't be anywhere without the people on his team. That's the other thing about Fitz. If Fitz didn't have Cyrus, Olivia, and Mellie, he would be fucked. Because he doesn't know how to do anything. He can't run his own campaign. He doesn't know how to actually do politics. He's just stupid. He's got a good heart, but he just doesn't know how to do what he's supposed to know how to do. But Cyrus does, but he can never be it because he's gay and semi-openly gay. He has a partner named James, and they are a dysfunctional as shit couple, but I like that. He is cold-blooded. Like, he knows what he wants and he'll go after it, and he isn't afraid to get his hands dirty. In a lot of sense, he will do what he's got to do to protect his other husband in Fitz, which is sad because you just know that Fitz ain't worth shit. He's not worth the energy these people put into his success. And then you get my girl Mellie. Yes, I like Mellie. I don't care. See, that's the thing about Scandal and Shonda Rhimes. She wants you to hate these characters because she will very much write this the way, like, you know exactly who you're supposed to root for, who you're not supposed to root for, and who you're supposed to really feel sympathy for. And just like in Grey's Anatomy, where they're with Addison, who we were supposed to hate, but I fucking loved her. Mellie, we're supposed to hate her. I fucking love her. I don't care. Mellie can get it. Screw Fitz. He's an asshole. Whatever. Like, my dream is like for Mellie to just be like, my dream is for Mellie to be the one who divorces Fitz. Please, TV writer lords, give me that. Because I'm not going to get most of the stuff I want from TV, but just give me that. Let Mellie take control of her life and break it off. Basically, Mellie is married to Fitz, and whether she loves him or not is an issue that I'm not quite sure about. Like, the first season has it so that they are just a political marriage, and they don't really love each other anymore, but then this season, it's been more hinted that she does love Fitz. So I think it's a retcon, a poorly done retcon, because it makes Mellie look a lot sadder than she did in the first season because she was all kinds of fly girl. But she's the first lady. She, her relationship with Fitz is, I don't know if they love each other or not, but they're together. And the thing about Mellie is that she reminds me a lot of Cersei Lannister. Not in that she will poison her children away, but in the fact that she wants to play with the big boys. She wants to rule in her own right, but she doesn't have the tools that she needs to do that. She doesn't really have her own Cyrus or her own Olivia to help her and guide her in her way. It's basically just her doing what she can and, you know, using what she's got to work. And that can lead to her doing some really fucked up things. And while I can admit she does some fucked up things, I think what I enjoy about her is the fact that, like, she is openly a quote-unquote bitch. She's openly like, yeah, I did it. What is it? Like, is there a problem? She's willing to get stuff done that... Sorry, that was off again. She's willing to get stuff done that Fitz just won't do. And she won't have the same kind of moral that he'll have. It's just kind of like... It's annoying to see that. And the other thing about Mellie that I think is what frustrates me about how her character is written is that we're supposed to root for Olitz, which is Olivia and Fitz. And to do that, they have completely erased the fact that Fitz and Mellie have kids together. Like, they have Teddy, who is like their new kid. But they also have Karen and Jack, some generic name, and they don't appear in the show because, and Shonda has admitted this, because they didn't want people to dislike Olivia for being a part of, like, the affair and maybe breaking up the marriage that would hurt the children. And I think that's just really manipulative writing. I didn't like that, and I think from that moment on I kind of rooted for Mellie more because I kept feeling like, what else are we not seeing about Mellie that would help us know more about her? Because, you know, people talk about how Mellie's a bad mother because she, like, Purells her hands, you know, after she touches her kid. I'm like, what? Like, that to me, that's a big deal. Like, I was like, so she Purells her hands after she sends her kids to boarding school. She's not a very maternal person. And I'm like, that's fine. Like, she is a blue blood. She's expected to have children. She's expected to go through the motions of like having kids. But we've never seen her be like a horrible mother. Except I know everyone's talking about like how she did a thing to have Teddy. And I'm like, yes, that's fucked up. I'm not gonna say it, but that is fucked up. It turned out well, and I think personally that as far along as she was, it wasn't as big of a deal if she had done it earlier. It still doesn't excuse what she did, but that's just how I think. Like, she was so close that it wouldn't have been that big of a issue. It would have been more for her, I think. But either way, so I just kept feeling like we are missing out on something about Mellie. Like, she'll have her monologue every episode, and it will be awesome. But then it'll just go back to the status quo. And I feel like it's leading up for them to split up. And I want Mellie to be the one to do it. I want Mellie to be the one to duck Fitz, because I think that's the right way to handle it. And then we have other characters. A lot of them are like Gilmore Girls cast members. Like, you got Mitchum Hunchenberger as Lachlan? Yeah, as Lachlan. Lane was a reporter earlier. I think we got Miss Smith. Like I said again, Paris slept with the president in season 1. So, a lot of old veteran there. I think the other thing about Scandal is that it's just a fun show. It's entertaining. It gives you that satisfaction that you want out of primetime television. You get your sexual stuff, you get your plot, you get your little action-packed storyline, you get like diverse characters, you know, good female lead. It's just a really strongly written show. Not actually, I take it back, because it's not strongly written. It's a very competently written show that has a way of making you really invested in it. Because it's not brilliant. It's not. It has a lot of flaws and plot holes and weird kind of shit going on with it. And it very much, it is like a soap opera, like I said before. But it manages to take everything that people like about soap operas and put it into like a very good, into a good package that anyone can enjoy. Because it has so much stuff that can appeal to so many different people. And Kerry Washington is a boss bitch. And I'm just like, get it, girl. Because I love Kerry Washington. So I would watch the show even if it was like the dumbest shit on the planet. Because that's my girl. Love her. Even though she didn't do nothing in Django Unchained. Whatever, girl. Get that money. Get that success. We love you. So, yeah, Seattle's a fun show. I wouldn't say just ride and watch it, but it's like, it's on Netflix. You know, if you got Netflix, check it out. If you got that free instant, try it. See if you like it. If not, I understand.